You know, most people that actually grew up at the time and around with the PS2 and Xbox, like myself, or grew up in a different fucking generation than you fucking nerds now. You nerds wouldn't be able to survive in the gaming generation that I grew up in. The PS2 old days. PS2 old days and the old original Xbox. It's for the time where we were the ruffians. You know, you got to be hating on your life and stuff like that. All these other ways. And to constantly try to think that, oh yeah, we got to stick to online play the whole time. Man, fuck this new generation. This new generation of gaming is so fucking pathetic. I have never seen this amount of patheticness in my life. Although it did happen during the 7th gen and then the 8th gen, which is so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, this new gaming generation, the PlayStation 5 is by far the worst PlayStation I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've lived through, let's see, how many generations I actually lived through of gaming? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like about four to five games a generation that I actually went through. And then in real life, I went through like even though I'm not really, but I went through maybe four generations, I think. Yeah, it's a good time where we had the good times rolling though. But yeah, this gaming generation, this new generation is pathetic. PlayStation 5 sucks. It's the worst console I've ever seen in my life. And you nerds are gonna have to accept it. You DJ nerds are gonna have to accept the fact that you kids are nothing but a bunch of lubricants. Hey, PS2, we didn't really have that much of an internet sensation. We had to meet with motherfuckers. We had to meet up with people if we actually wanted to do shit. You couldn't lay down over there. You couldn't lay down in this bed right here. You couldn't look at this. You can't lay down in this bed right here. It was either in the fucking kitchen, and that's where you had to do it. You had to do it in the gaming lair. You had to do it inside the garage. You had to do it inside the living room. That's where you had to do gaming right there. Yeah, back in my day, when I actually was on the PS2, fought everybody, and I still do it to this day, man. Man, I bring up a couple of boys. We still chilling. We have a great time though, even without the internet. And now here you are with the PlayStation 5, and you fucking DJ nerds are hyping up some of the most god-awful, I mean the most pathetic games I've ever seen in my life. You didn't have that shit back in the PS2. You didn't have that back in the PS2. You know what you had? You actually had like good real versus games. You know, it's the same thing with the original Xbox. We had really good games though. What's one game that I actually kind of like doing though with my buddies though, even though we still do it today? The Simpsons Road Rage. We actually did 1v1s every time, you know, just see who gets the most amount of fucking money while driving and stealing passengers and shit. That was actually a really good fucking game though. That was $15,000 on one fucking grab, dude. That was fucking nice. Oh my god. Let's see. What's another one though? What was another one that I actually remember playing though? It was, let's see. It was SpongeBob SquarePants, the lights, camera, pants thing. There was, let's see, what else? There was also, it was also the original Plants vs. Zombies, but that was on Xbox 360. But there was also racing games as well. We did racing games, we did fighting games, Tekken Tag Tournament. I was like, where the fuck is that? Yeah, this right here. Yeah, this motherfucker. Yeah, this right here. You guys see it? Tekken Tag Tournament. We used to do it every time, 1v1s every time. We used to fucking beast each other like a motherfucker right there. Yeah, but this new generation is by far flat out embarrassing and pathetic. You kids are gonna have to accept that. Just know that the PS2 generation was actually better, and the PS5 is full of fucking wussies and a bunch of losers that know nothing about good games. Quite frankly, and there's also a lot of good single-player games. I know there's a lot of good single-player games out there. Like, for instance, Shadow of the Colossus, Final Fantasy, all those other different good games that are out there. And then what you fucking nerds are going around is just trying to think that this fucking console is the best thing ever. The PlayStation 5 is the worst console ever. I'm blatantly saying it. The console sucks. It's not good. Like, honestly, this new online connectivity has just gone pathetic, dude. Like, this, Man, your life has to be so fucking miserable, man. Like I remember this one of my boys, Nukeman 48. He was just basically going on a PS4 lobby the other day. He was, and a couple of faggots got so fucking triggered. He actually sent me a couple of clips of him just owning him on them online. It's so fucking, it's embarrassing. And the other person, I don't know that person's name, Snow Bunny. Man, that was such a fucking cringy name. Snow Bunny. What the fuck kind of name is that? Fucking PlayStation cowards. Fucking faggots. But yeah, I'm just going to say right there, PS2 generation was way better. PlayStation 5 generation is the worst gaming generation I've ever seen in my life. It's in shambles. It's in fucking shambles, and you guys have to accept it. Now, there was like a few other good consoles out there. The PS1, that was actually a really good console. I remember I used to play that with my uncle. We had some fun times though. There was like Scooby-Doo in the Cyber Chase. There was Crash Bandicoot. We had some good moments right there. It didn't matter if it was no online multiplayer and stuff like that. But we didn't act all fucking sensitive and stuff like that. We actually played it like a fucking human being. Let's see, what else is there? There was also, like I said, and then came with the PS3 though and the Xbox 360. Well, here's the thing. Xbox 360, that was actually a pretty good console. It was actually something that we had like an online entertainment and stuff like that. Besides that, with just single player and all that stuff right off the bat. But I mean, Xbox 360, I mean, it could probably kind of be there for us with offline entertainment as well. But without the online entertainment, it wouldn't be like, like the best of the best, So yeah. Gotta kind of say it right there. PS3, come on. PS3 got easily hacked. PS3 is easily the most embarrassing PlayStation console that Sony ever made, though. And even when I laid eyes upon it, it was like, what the fuck is this, a George Foreman grill? So, yeah. Just know that your generation is better, and the new ones are failed experiments. So yeah, and then there's this piece of shit. People saying that PS4 was the greatest console ever, even though it's 100 million units. So like, here's the thing. I'm looking for quality, not fucking quantity and stuff like that. Like, here's the deal. PS4 it was a failed experiment, like 100%. PS4 was a fucking failed experiment till it hooked up to this gaming generation. My gaming generation, we're the roughs. We're the real G's out there. We're the real motherfuckers that actually made gaming popular. Not you dumbass clowns that are out there, especially Snow Bunny 253. What the fuck? I can't believe. You know what, Nuke Man? You were welcome to the club, Nuke Man. You actually did own that fucking puppet, that fucking faggot. Yeah, this new gaming generation is pathetic. I've never. You fucking PS5 playing clowns are a bunch of fucking lucratives, you guys. You continue to, like I said, there are some honest PlayStation players left. But like I said, they're overcrowded. They easily get suppressed by these fucking weirdos all the time. Fucking pussies, man. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, this gaming generation, like I said, know that the PS2 generation was the best. The PS2 and the Xbox original. Know that those two consoles were the best. And the PlayStation 5 is a bunch of fucking pussies that never had themselves alive. They're just a bunch of lucratives that easily curl up in a ball in a street fight and play like a bitch. And that's all you get from that thing right there. I guess just the thing, like, these fucking clowns are just so hooked up with just doing so much shit. And like, I remember back in the 360 days, we used to always like say some stupid shit, but it's like, whatever. Who gives a flying fuck? We used to say all this stuff back in the original days from Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops. And here we are now with the PlayStation 4 and the PS5. People say the most dumbest shit ever, and they get all sensitive about it. There's a bunch of fucking faggots. Like, these motherfuckers, they be chewed up and swallowed into a hole from my generation. My gaming generation, which was the 6th generation of gaming, we're the Ruffins. We're the fucking Ruffins, man. We are the rare breed out there. We are the real G's out there that actually do this. Yeah. I just know I did God's work out there. I know what I did. I know what I did, and I don't regret it, though. But yeah. tell us about a time that you actually had to learn something right there, PS5 players. Like you guys are like the weakest players I've ever had to deal with, though. Yeah. I mean, Xbox, they are trying to do something though. Xbox, they are trying to do something with their new console. Nintendo Switch, they're just trying to keep it real, and we got a new PC over there. But yeah, this new gaming generation, PlayStation 5 is by far the worst console, and this new gaming generation, like I said, is pathetic. You just have to accept, you fucking lose. Just have to accept it and just move on. And yeah, just know that the PS2 and the Xbox original, we're the real G's right there. So yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Embarrassing enough.